Hello everyone and welcome back to this brand new video. Now for today we're playing Historic Brawl because FNM this week is Historic Brawl. And what Brawl commander did I pick? I picked Narset of the Ancient Way. Now why? It's because I promised one of my subscribers, Lynn, if you're watching, to make a Narset deck, and that's I think the closest I'm gonna get to make a Narset deck currently with my schedule. But hopefully in the future I'll play Narset in Standard. Now that's another story for another time. For now let's focus on the Historic Brawl deck. So I thought of playing Narset Superfriends, and what are the Superfriends that Narset has? She's friends with herself, obviously, because you need to find inner peace to do something with your life. But she's also friends with Teferi, she's friends with Karn, she's friends with the other Teferi, because you know Teferi is always someone good to have in your life. Ral, and I think Ugin, and these are it for the commanders, for the Planeswalkers. Now how is this deck functioning? It's kind of a control deck, so we have cards like Spell Pierce, Seal Away, Aether Gust, Stroke, and then like the list goes on and on to kind of make sure that your Planeswalkers stick on the field and then they get protected. We have a bunch of ramp in the form of Arcane Signet, Mind Stone, Spinning Wheel to kind of get into our threats earlier. We have counter spells like Neutralize, Absorb to make sure that anything problematic does not resolve. And to get ahead with card advantage, we have Chemister's Insight, Whirlwind of Thought, Precognitive Perception, and of course any of our Planeswalkers because they do generate card advantage. And then we have board wipes to make sure that creatures cannot deal with our Planeswalkers, like Settle the Wreckage, Shatter the Sky. We're also playing Cleansing Nova, which was my the first board wipe that I ran when I switched into being a control player. Fun fact about me, I used to play aggro and mid-range before switching into control, and then I found my true love in the universe, which is playing control. And then we have Time Wipe as a board wipe. Boon of the Wishgiver is also a way for us to generate card advantage, but usually pitch this to Narset to kill something or deal 6 to something. Imbolus's Clutches is a super cool card because you get to deal with anything. Shark Typhoon is obviously a very flexible card, and Dream Trawler also serves as another win condition that we could just use to deal damage to our opponent and kill him that way. And she pairs very well with all of our Planeswalkers that draw cards because she gets bumped because of that. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is this deck is also a Field of the Dead deck, because I thought that since we are 3-colored, we could have a bunch of lands, and then that way we could get a multiple win conditions, and I thought that's a very good idea to go with. Bloodstone is a bit optimistic, seeing how we're 3-colored, but I think I built the mana base well enough for that to work. So that's gonna be pretty much it for the deck tech. Before we get into our games, I would like to please ask you to subscribe because it helps the channel a lot. And with that out of the way, let's get into our games. Going into our first game of Narset Superfriends, and I like that how this is a Planeswalker battle because we have Narset versus Vraska. Even though I don't have a Red Source yet, I think I keep this hand just because we have access to Stroke to counter his commander on turn 2, and we just have like a Red Source. I mean, this is how Magic is, you just have to believe in your luck. Whirlwind of Thought is a very cool spell. Now, one cool thing I did not mention about Narset is that she ramps you. And the fact that she ramps you gives you access to a lot of expensive spells early on because you have the ability to do that. I'm going to play my island just in case opponent runs out his commander next turn, because like I don't want this to resolve that early on, and then Stroke can put it behind a couple of turns. And then we have Imbolus's Clutches to deal with that in the future, so that's something I'm happy about. Next turn highly depends on what we draw. Guardian Project actually feels worse than... let's see, I think I care about this not resolving more than I care about this resolving, because this generates a lot of card advantage over time, and I don't think I want my opponent to get card advantage. So I think we just play our Temple of Enlightenment, and I don't think we can keep a Dream Trawler quite yet. I think it's a bit optimistic, and I'm trying to set up Whirlwind of Thought as much as possible. So the main plan is to Whirlwind of Thought next turn. Hopefully, if we draw 2 untapped lands, and then Elspeth Conquers Death the Vraska. Or we could also just play Narset, do the minus thing, pitch something to kill this Vraska, and that's also something that we could do. Alright, he doesn't sacrifice anything, which is good for me. Spinning Wheel is a decent enough top deck. I think we just play our Whirlwind of Thought, and then we set up for the next turn where we can play Narset, minus pitch something, or we could just Elspeth Conquers Death if we draw an untapped source. That's also an option. Questing Beast off the top is quite annoying to say the least, but I mean, what can we do? Opponent's gonna simply just attack us for 4, I guess. Alright, so opponent is considering whether or not to sack his goose. He doesn't. I mean, he probably wants to keep on making food and then sacrifice the food that way. Do I deal with the Thing is, this doesn't ulti next turn, so I think I just board wipe this turn and then set up for the next turn where I can just, as that Conquers Death, deal with the Vraska that way. Yeah, I think we just board wipe now, and then we draw a card. I really like Whirlwind of Thought, even though like in Standard it's a win more card, but in Brawl it's simply just insane. Cast something, draw something, that's something super cool. Viper is a very cool card, and I think he's gonna not get to gain control of a lot of things because we don't run that many creatures. But I mean, it's a very cool spell to say the least, and just to make sure that his Vraska does not ulti, I think we have to Aspect Conquers Death. I'm very sorry, opponent, but I mean, I don't want to die. I really don't want to die. So I'm sorry, please don't concede. Please don't concede. Please don't concede. He's considering what to do. I mean, I wonder why. What could you do with 2 green? Alright, so he did not concede, thankfully. Thank you, opponent, for staying here. Next turn we can run down Narset and then we can start generating pressure that way, or you can just bolus touches whatever he plays. Alright, so I think we take this Troll King because because it's a 7-6 and I don't think I want to deal with a 7-6. Alright, so let's just bolus this. Actually, I want to cancel. I'd rather keep a blue up for Spell Pierce, so let's just take control of this Feasting Troll King. And we draw a card. I love this deck. I simply love this deck. I am an evil person, I'm not gonna lie. What would be funny if he sacrifices 3 rats to regain control of his own creature. That would be very funny in my opinion. Alright, so opponent, what's the plan? If you replay your Vraska, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna Spell Pierce that. I'm really sorry about that. And we sadly have nothing in our graveyard to get back with the Elspeth Conquers Death, but I think it's fine. Maybe we should have played this sequence of turns differently, but I think I'm happy with how it turned out. I don't have an instant way of discarding anything. Yeah, sadly I don't, so that's gonna be a sad turn of events for us. He gets back his Questing Beast, but I'm fine with that because we can discuss that. I think we run down our Narset, and then we try to start applying pressure that way. Because Narset does ulti pretty quickly, really. So opponent's considering what to do with the Narset. Definitely Clarion. And then we have enough mana.
Above all else.
You could also minus, pitch something, kill this. That's also an option. I think I don't have to pitch. I think we just plus. Yeah, I think we just simply plus. Make blue mana maybe, but then if I definitely Clarion and then attack, this kills this foe. So that's also something I need to consider. I think we can safely play Arteferi. Did I play a land this turn? I don't think I did. Alright. So we can play Teferi and then untap 2 lands and have Aether Gust up, so I think that's a very cool way to do this. And Teferi is simply just an amazing spell. I mean, if you were playing Standard when Teferi was a thing, everyone was complaining about Teferi, but I mean, if you look at the meta now is way more annoying than Teferi. I take the Teferi meta at any stage over this Growth Spiral meta. I mean, I'm very serious. I take a Teferi meta over this stupid meta that we have currently anytime. So we're gonna attack with our Troll King because he has Vigilance Trample, he can protect our Planeswalkers. Opponent, don't attack our Planeswalkers, they're very nice people. They might not look like it, but they're very nice people. We're gonna attack with the Troll King. So opponent, do you block? He has a block. If you have constant and he blocks, that would have been brutal, but he doesn't. Let's untap blue source and the red source just to not kind of give any information about what we might have. Alright, so I think we're just gonna gust this because I wouldn't want to block it because it has Death Touch. That's a bunch of things. This card is an insane card. Alright, he's looking at our Narset. Please don't have anything to destroy it. Murderous Rider would be annoying because I can't Spell Pierce it because opponent does have the mana to deal with it. Alright, so we're gonna let it resolve just to maybe bait him into doing more things. And then we're gonna continue with our lives. Alright, so opponent passes to attackers. We're just gonna gust this Questing Beast. I'm sorry opponent, but I mean, I'm not gonna have my Narset or my Teferi take damage. Narset, you can do this, you can ulti. Alright, opponent considering his options. What are the options, opponent? Tell me, what are the options? I mean, why do I not want to block with this Troll King? Because it would this would go to the graveyard and then opponent can sack 3 food to get this back to the field. So we're just gonna Aether Gust this Questing Beast. And we draw a card. I can't believe that every removal spell I play is just simply a draw card. And then we hit Syncopate. Alright, I'm sorry opponent, but I mean, this is what the deck, this is what I designed the deck to do and it's doing it perfectly. We have Teferi, Narset. Oh my god, I love this deck. I really love this deck. Narset can ulti next turn if everything works out alright. You can add a new color of mana and then you can play Karn. And then let's just plus the theory, might as well, since we're evil, let's just be evil all the way. So what's the plan, opponent? What's the plan? What's the plan? Alright, so we're gonna draw. If opponent lets us draw, that is. I still can't believe I'm that ahead with card advantage and we draw a Ral. Yep. How many instants and sorceries do we have in our graveyard? We have access to 3. So can I get that into 4? Actually, yeah, we do have 3. So I think we just play our Ral. We draw a card. Stop drawing so many cards. It's it's so cool that I get to draw so many cards. We have a settle on top. So I think the plan is to, let's see, if we deafening Clarion. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna deafening Clarion, deal 3 and then give our creatures lifelink. Alright. Then we're gonna draw a card because like obviously Whirlwind of Thought is a broken card in Brawl. And then after we do that, we're gonna minus this Ral. And then we're gonna deal damage here. And then we're gonna attack with 7 and then just gain 7. If I'm not wrong, I picked lifelink. I think I forgot to pick lifelink, but I don't think it's gonna matter anyways. Let's just attack for 7. Did I give lifelink? Yeah, I did give lifelink, alright. So opponent gains some life, he gave up on getting back his feasting choking. Now because he did that, I'm fine with blocking the questing beast. But we're gonna untap 2 mana just to have access to the settled wreckage anyways. I'm gonna discard a... I think I can discard Blast Zone safely. We're gonna discard Spinning Wheel, but I'd rather keep that for the future. Opponent, you play your questing beast, I'm fine with that because I'm just simply going to block with the feasting choking. And Narset can safely ulti next turn. I'm very happy that we get to ulti Narset in this Narset video. Let's do this, let's do this. Alright, so opponent attacks me, he gave up on killing any of my Planeswalkers. I mean, I wanted to ulti Ral so bad, but that's not looking like something we could do. Fun fact, I once drafted Ral, you probably don't care, but I once drafted Ral. And when I drafted Ral, I focused literally on, I did not draft him on Arena, I drafted him in like a real life draft. Chemister's Insight 4 mana, draw 3, and I focused on a lot of instants and sorceries, but I could never win any game because whenever I would ulti Ral, I would just mill out because of the triggers, so that's sadly how life rewarded me for drafting Ral. We're just gonna minus 6 Narset, she's gonna go obviously to command zone. You could put her in the graveyard if you have maybe a Elspeth Conquers Death that's going to trigger, but I don't think I have that currently. We're gonna play our Karn and then pick opponent for 2. Alright, I think I'm sick of drawing cards with Whirlwind of Thought. I never thought that I would complain in my life about drawing cards, but I'm drawing way too many. I mean, we have 29 cards left in our library. Opponent has 44. We went through literally half of our deck. Alright, opponent, are you getting tilted or like... Alright, I'm not gonna say that he's tilted. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he just disconnected. So we're gonna play our Karn, and we're gonna minus our Karn to generate some card advantage. And not some card advantage, some pressure. And then our Signets can just pump these future tokens, so that's cool with me. We have a Settled Wreckage, a Sealer Way to deal with a lot of things. We're gonna plus the Fairy because I want to set up the ulti very soon, although we are running a bit low on cards, and that's something I'm really worried about. But I mean, keep up the pace. 6 spells is enough to kill opponents, so like, not that worried. And then we plus our Ral. What do we get on top? What do we get on top? Yes, I have way too many cards in hand, I am aware of that. So opponent is considering whether or not to concede, I guess. I take the land, I don't need the birth. I really don't need the birth. I don't want more spells currently because Arcane Signet and then Spinning Wheel is gonna draw me into way too many cards. Yeah, I think we need to chill with the drawing cards. We're gonna deal 2 to our opponent, and then we're gonna play our Spinning Wheel. Opponent, I'm really sorry about I'm really sorry about the Super Friends ruining your day, but I mean, Narset is cool. I think you should forgive Narset. I would forgive Narset if she did that to me, just because he's such a cool card and such a cool Planeswalker. Alright, I mean, minus the commander. I'm pretty sure that everyone hates the Narset commander. I'm talking about the one that cheats in spells. Because like everyone plays it with Omniscience, and then Omniscience I cast all of my deck. That's not fun for anyone. Although I did play that once. One of my friends at my LGS did lend me his Narset commander, but when you play your Narset commander, everyone targets you, alright? And I even tried once to build a suboptimal Narset commander that doesn't cheat in brutal stuff, just cheats in fun stuff, but like chaos cards, but everyone still targeted me. So that day I learned that you should not play Narset as your commander, and lesson was learned. I never played Narset, not this Narset, the one that cheats in things and commander as my commander anymore. Alright, so we're gonna untap these sources. We have access to 5 mana, meaning that we have a Scepter Wreckage and a Spell Pierce and a Syncopate. And I think opponent is just dead in a couple of turns. Alright, so we're gonna discard 4 cards. We're gonna discard this, this, and this. I don't think I need any more mana, and I'm just gonna keep a full stack of spells in my hand. Alright, I think I'm happy. We can just attack our opponent next turn, and then after attacks we can do a bunch of things. Opponent can gain some life with his food. Legions and can I counter this? That's the question. I don't think I can, but we're gonna try. Let's see, if he pays 2 and then I can syncopate for 1, 2, I can syncopate for 1, 2, 3, 4. So he has to pay 3 and then I spell. Okay, that does tap him out for the turn, so I'm gonna consider doing that. Just because I want him to tap out for the turn. Sadly, this is gonna draw us way too many cards, but I want him to tap out because that way he can't gain life with his food tokens, and that makes sure that he's dead. So he's gonna pay 2 mana, and then I'm gonna syncopate for 3. If you want to do that, opponent, you tap out, and then I can kill you with like my spells. I just need to cast literally 2 spells, and then we win. So we're gonna target you, opponent, and then opponent has to decide whether or not. I mean, if he counters this, I mean, if he does pay the mana, we kill him with spells. If he doesn't pay the mana, we kill him with combat damage. So like that's a rough spot to be in, honestly. I mean, I'm sorry, opponent. I think just this resolving on turn 4 and staying on the field was enough to win me the game. Alright, I mean, opponent wants to deal with this construct. He doesn't want constructs to be around, and I can understand where he's coming from. Let's just give him the good game. I'm sorry, opponent, I'm really sorry. So we're just gonna cast our Mind Stone, and let's have Narset drop kick him into that. Alright, so we're gonna draw. I would love them to make an animation for like Narset drop kicking someone to death when you win with Narset. We're gonna cast our Shark Typhoon, and we're gonna deal 2 damage to. I don't want to kill opponent just yet. I think I wanted the fairy to kill opponent, but I think we're fine. So just opponent take 2 damage. I'm really sorry for this, opponent, if you're watching this. I didn't mean to be this mean. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please do consider subscribing. It helps the channel a lot. Lynn, I hope you enjoyed the deck, and with that, I'll see you guys next time.